Now at noon, a shooter on the run after firing at a Conroe police officer. We trace his steps and the getaway car. Plus, a warning for parents, a rash of disturbing crimes and reports in Liberty County, what you need to know to keep your kids safe. Plus, a Houston traffic headache for anyone near the East Tex Freeway and the 610 Loop North. What happened to cause this mess? Meantime, a multi-agency manhunt is underway on the north side after a traffic stop ended in gunfire between a police officer and a suspect. Our Michelle Choi has that story and what happened to the suspect after the shooting.
Less than an hour after that shooting, officers found that suspect's car in this wooded area just a few miles away from the scene. The car up in flames, but the suspect nowhere in sight. Scorched and almost unrecognizable, police say this is the car the suspect took off in before ditching it in the woods. A security officer on the property found it burning. A massive manhunt now underway to find this guy, accused of shooting at an officer during a traffic stop. This image caught on the officer's body cam. Police say when the officer walked up, he leaned out of his car, pulled out a gun and opened fire. Fortunately, the officer wasn't hurt and fired back. The suspect then took off. Police say while the bullets didn't directly hit the officer, it came close. A scary situation they're now all investigating.
We have multiple agencies involved, and that's where we're at now. We're on a manhunt trying to find a suspect that shot an officer, tried to take an officer's life.
Right now, Conroe police are working to identify that suspect as they continue to look for him. They say he is considered armed and dangerous. If you have any information, you're asked to call Conroe police. In Conroe, Michelle Choi, KHOU 11 News.
And Houston police are looking for 3 armed men who attacked a woman in her driveway in southwest Houston overnight. She managed to get into her home, grab a gun, and then started shooting. The attackers were wearing masks and may have been driving a dark-colored Toyota. The woman was taken to the hospital with a jaw injury. Drivers in Northeast Houston did not want to see this morning. An overturned big rig blocking the East Tex Freeway northbound ramp to 610 North. Crews have been working on this wreck since about 9 this morning to try and clear it. Avoid this area if you can. In Liberty County, school officials are investigating a rash of crimes, including several accounts of a couple trying to lure children into a van using candy and puppies. Jessica Borg joins us live from Cleveland with some important details. Jessica.
These are very scary incidents for students and parents. There have been a number of reports of a stranger trying to lure kids since last Tuesday. Now, at a press conference just a short time ago, the Cleveland ISD police chief said they received reports from more than a dozen students with the same description of the vehicle and the man behind the wheel. The students, ages 7 to 11 years old, say the driver speaks Spanish to them, pulling up near bus stops after school, trying to entice them by telling them he has a box of puppies to show them and or candy to give to them. Schools want parents and students to be on alert.
This particular van has been seen multiple times with the same MO. There is a Hispanic male with a dark beard and dark glasses wearing a baseball hat of an unknown kind with unknown writing on it. They are operating a either Ford or Chevrolet white panel construction style, work style van. And they are approaching our students primarily in the Bella Vista subdivision. Thus far, all of the statements that we've been able to obtain from our witnesses indicate that the male is the one who does the speaking. He does speak in Spanish to the children.
Now, in some of the cases, a woman is said to be in the passenger side of the van, but she does not speak directly to the kids. Right now, police are also investigating a possible link between this vehicle and the one used to hit and injure a Texas game warden back on January 1st. The game warden had stopped the van, but the van accelerated, running the warden down. That happened near Plum Grove Road near the Harris and Liberty County lines. Now, police say the van in the attempted luring cases has a piece of cardboard covering the license plate area, so that is another detail to look for. Fortunately, in all of these cases, the children ran away and reported the incidents to an adult. The police chief saying the district's stranger danger programs proving to be successful, and they're also stressing this afternoon the importance of kids walking together in groups rather than walking alone. We are live this afternoon in Liberty County. Jessica Borg, KHOU 11 News.
All right, hope they find that couple to talk with them. Thank you, Jessica. A search is underway for a missing boater in Lake Conroe this afternoon. Family members say that he did not return home last night. His abandoned boat was found floating on the lake. Personal effects were inside. Right now, the Conroe Fire Department, along with deputy constables and North Montgomery first responders, are involved in that search. And at the Houston Ship Channel, firefighters say that the medical examiner has been called out there after they got a call about a person found dead on board a ship this morning. We are working on more details about the story, and we'll bring them to you as we get it. Time now, let's take a live look outside from our tower cam. Oh, it is breezy. You can see the camera bumping around and some dark clouds on the horizon behind the skyline. And we've got some heavy rain heading our way. Blake?
Yes, that's right, Sherman. So get your umbrellas ready. If you don't have one, buy one or steal one from your buddy, because you're certainly going to need it heading into the Wednesday night into early Thursday morning time frame. As we take a live look out over Galveston there, not the best of picture. You see the really heavy gray overcast skies there, and they are dry for right now. As we take a look at the radar, not a whole lot showing up, but as we look up towards North Texas, this is what is headed our direction. And we've got big rain chances heading into your forecast as early as late tonight, heading into the early part of tomorrow morning. So there you go. There's the big squall line developing out to the west. By the time we get to tomorrow morning at 4 a.m., we could see some streamer showers out ahead of this. So again, certainly be ready for a couple of wet days. Your forecast for the rest of the afternoon, 20% chance of rain today, 40% heading into the evening, 40% tonight. Temperatures warming on up into the mid-80s, cooling down to about 70 degrees as you get ready to head to bed tonight. But again, we've got quite a bit of rain on the way. We'll detail it all coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, so that's what happened to my umbrella, Blake.
Yes.
You swiped it. Astros fans, the last exhibition game of spring training starting in about an hour at Minute Maid Park. This is versus the Brewers. Last night, our boys looked good. They won that game 5-2. The regular season opener is Thursday against the Rangers up in Arlington.